This is documentation of what is called terrorism via directed light. And this is the impossible, meaning it's absolutely impossible in every regard that sunlight is going to come through your window or through there's no light on or anything like that. This is the pattern of the blinds appearing on the ceiling. This is the ongoing evidence of what is criminal monitoring. It's also demonic. And it is, again, the prima facie case of what is federal group stalking and monitoring. And as I've documented, the entity engaged in ongoing group stalking by a helicopter, that is LAPD. And the more that I, for example, go get a video of those demons stalking in a helicopter, the more that the demons do that. And so that's just speaking to what is the ongoing terrorism, the ongoing deliberate agenda to stalk someone in a helicopter when you're also monitoring their documentation. And they're like lawless animals. And so if you're not capturing them on video every second, they just continue to engage in it. They continue to engage in it. Also, you've seen them do more on video as well. You'll see them swarm in multiple helicopters. The more that I document, you've seen them do that as well. But I'm just speaking to, this is the coexisting presence of the engineered light. And I'm also going to document the ongoing stalking by helicopter. And that's in a perceptible manner because they're stalking right now in helicopter. They're engaging on what are the elements of monitoring while you're hearing amplified helicopter activity, which is audible activity in the engineered light while the light source is over my apartment. And this is already a well-documented POC. I just want to capture this impossible light activity. And the entity is engaging in what is the ongoing POC. It's currently 3:45 p.m. So I want you to see while I step in front of my window, the blinds are closed. This is light activity. So what you hear outside are the demon possessed that are monitoring me as I get up and walk. The coexisting creation of audible activity. This is massive surveillance that I'm subject to. This is a demon-possessed population that's engaging in what is surveillance in concert with a corrupt police department. That's LAPD, who like to use their helicopters as a means of keeping an American citizen under surveillance, and that's criminal conduct by the state. That was amplification of what's supposed to be the guise of hearing a vehicle. You're paying attention to the moment that you hear that vehicle. It's as I get up, as I get engaged in what is a new position. That simultaneity is the demonic feature. Demons are surrounding, engaging in the elements of monitoring on a ceaseless basis, which is also documentation of what is the state of California's sex offense. All 59 units at Alvarado Gardens are going to be prosecuted by name for engaging in this perpetual sex offense and the ongoing impunity that they engaged in sexual violence against an American citizen, monitoring with those that are engaged in that ongoing sex offense literally through traffic. They're monitoring in concert with the demons that live at Alvarado Gardens and the demons that are engaging in surveillance and group stalking in helicopter, and that is LAPD. This is impossible light activity. You're looking at more than one arm on my ceiling while these blinds are closed. They're closed in an upward position, and then you're also looking at the light activity that is on at a downward trajectory. This is also dynamic light, and the movement is the movement of the trees that are outside, which is impossible as well. It's entirely demonic. And then all you're hearing is ongoing amplification. So that method of amplified activity, what LAPD does is engages in taking its turn in surveillance through the amplification of helicopter activity. And this is referred to as what is corporate invasion of privacy. It's indicative of all the above. Corporate invasion of privacy by an entity engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. It's a sex offense. It's committed by the government, and it's going to be specifically attributed to every third-party group stalker that are the people of the state living at Alvarado Gardens, providing an intolerable level of facilitation that is enabling the state to engage in this level of surveillance of an American citizen in violation of your constitutional and human rights. It is group stalking, and it is identified through the maintenance of what is engineered light. This isn't sunlight. It's impossible, and it's also demonic, and it's also indicative of the condition of those that are keeping you under surveillance, which is a whole other method of identifying and prosecuting for terrorism. The fact that the government is keeping you under surveillance is terrorizing. The fact that they're doing it through demonic methods is terrorizing. The fact that they use helicopters to keep you under surveillance is terrorizing. The fact that the multiplicity of people, entire population, is engaged in invading your privacy at once, engaging in what is an ongoing demonic pattern, is terrorizing. And you're going to prosecute the state of California for it. It's 3:48 p.m. Just want to show you what is the maintenance of the light source while the entity is engaged in this ongoing criminal system. And again, I'm at 1806 North Alvarado Street. First of all, this position of the light source is under no circumstances the explanation of the light that you see on the ceiling inside of my bedroom, nor is it the explanation for the light that you see on my bedroom wall, as I just showed you, nor is it the explanation for what is the shadow of these trees that are dynamic moving in the magnified light on my bedroom wall. That's all impossible light activity. What you're looking at here, this is the light that's supposed to this is the shape of the window that's going at a downward trajectory. This is magnification. Through the closed blinds, you saw the holes. They're larger than the small holes, but they're magnification of light. The small holes in the blind slats are magnified in size, and you're literally looking at dynamic light, and it's the leaves on those trees that you're looking at. In the same way the sun that's above you is not creating the shadow of those trees inside of your apartment. All you have to do is logically break down what the entity is doing. It's entirely demonic. And the natural sun, the natural environment is not going to be over my apartment under any circumstances where you have what is already documentation of what's an alleged sunrise. This is in every regard, not only the light activity, but the duration of time that this light source is here. It's not the sun. Neither is this natural behavior in the environment, the audible activity, the simultaneity. Through the audible activity, through the light activity, through the maintenance of the environment, you are recognizing what is a population that is targeting someone, and it's demonic. All right, and this is speaking to what is federal prison for all 59 units. And this same entity that's acting on a ceaseless basis, including the Los Angeles Police Department, which is nothing other than speaking to the state of California, is documented engaging in what is assault and battery as an entity engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring, which is to say that that entity also engaged in defamation, criminal defamation, which I also captured in that video evidence. This entity which is grounds of federal prison, by the way. I just want to speak to that. But this whole entity was acting while those demons physically attacked me. Those are the demon possessed that are engaging in massive surveillance together. That's the same personality defect. That's the same hostility. That's the same illogical behavior and the same threat to your life and physical safety. Those sex offenders, those physical aggressors are the ones keeping me under surveillance, knowing when my panties are down, showing that ongoing determination to keep you under surveillance, while they're also monitoring on the venue of the internet. And then those psychopaths are then hostile because you're documenting and exposing it. This is revealing what is the public safety concern. It's not just Alvarado Gardens, Silverview Townhomes, which is adjacent to this property. They're engaged in, as you saw exhibited yesterday, and as you see exhibited on an ongoing basis, fully engaged in the demonic behavioral pattern. They're engaged in state surveillance, and there are plenty of policy that I've already spoken to with regard to prosecuting the state of California that are in relevant position, subject to federal prosecution as well. This is the light source that's over my apartment at 3:51 p.m. This is P.O.C.